just quick getting started on CDM. The purpose of the work group you can see here, really high level takeaways is we want to make the OMOP CDM the premier observational health data model in the world. And we do want to provide guidance to others on data standardization best practices as it comes to using the OMOP CDM. So our first objective is we want to lay the groundwork for the next CDM release. We are right now targeting a minor release of the CDM in 2026. So what we will be doing this year is to determine which proposals are potentially eligible for an inclusion. We want to obtain feedback from all relevant users of the OMOP CDM, as well as all OHDSI work groups who would be impacted by said changes. Likely this will be every single working group, so we will be getting feedback from pretty much everyone in the community here. And then we want to establish a timeline and communication strategy for this release, making sure that we are expanding our reach, as we talked about at the last global symposium. All right, next. All right, and then we have two more objectives here. One is just making the preparations to our current CDM for a new version. We do have some small bugs that have been identified, as well as some documentation updates that need to occur before we can release a new version. And then our third objective is to advance the maturity model for CDM extensions. We talked a lot about this in our last working group meeting, meaning we want to identify potential gaps in the coverage of the CDM that cannot be addressed with themis conventions. We want to then create a list of all extensions and expansions currently available, made available by many of you in the community, and link them to these potential gaps we've identified. And then we want to define the levels of maturity of all these expansions and extensions. So we are definitely looking for help to achieve these goals. Our next meeting is Tuesday, February 18th at 9 a.m. Eastern. So to join, you've heard us say this before, but ohdsi.org workgroups tab, and you can select common data model. And it looks like that.